right, Brad Holmes says something very important. He says that he uses free agency to address needs and he uses the draft to find cornerstone players. Well, let's talk about it. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel, and the subscribe button is the bell icon button. Hit all notifications, increase your chance to get notifications. We go live or drop a video. So that's kind of been the dilemma. Most people think that Brad Holmes ain't gonna make a splash in free agency, and a lot of Detroit sports teams don't do so. They definition of a big splash is Charlie Villanueva, at best, Ben Gordon, Golden Tate. That's their definition of making big splashes in free agency. James Stewart, you know what I'm saying? So most of the guys that we get here that's big time players, either they drafted or they get traded here. Mark Aguirre, Adrian Dantley, Rip, Chauncey, Ben, Sheed, the list goes on and on. So I think now that the Lions are starting to become a free agent destination, that those things can start to change. But nonetheless, I think you say you take free agency to fill needs because you know what the player is. You know what scheme you fit in, you know his weaknesses. In the NFL, you still trying to, in the draft, you still trying to make that you still trying to see how that translates, because what people don't think about, and I said this before, is about you give a young guy a lot of money, he fighting a battle that can keep him from being able to win the battle on the field. You don't know how, a lot of these guys ain't had no job. They probably had work study in college and all that stuff. A lot of these dudes ain't had no jobs. So, so that's an issue. You know what I'm saying? That's an issue in my opinion. How they gonna do with this money? How they gonna do with people sack chasing, ask for money? First thing niggas gonna do is go buy stuff they don't need, go get girls that turned them down to come. All that affects them on the field. With a veteran player, they didn't have some money, they didn't been through ups and downs. You know what them to expect. It ain't gonna be much of a transition. So yeah. So do that mean he gonna go out there and get Jalen Johnson and go out there and get the kid from Baltimore, go out there and sign Josh Allen? No, that don't mean he gonna make a splash or attempt to make a splash. He just gonna address the needs as he see fit, and that's corner. That's pass rusher. Maybe they like somebody coming up, that they've been developing. Maybe they like somebody in the draft, but. I don't expect for them to make a big splash. I expect them to get a couple players that complete them. I mean, defensively, when you're talking about who's the star, I feel like they got stars at 2 stars. I think they got a star in Aiden Hutchinson. I think they got a star in Brian Branch. And I think Gardner Johnson, if they keep him around with Kirby Joseph, they both can be stars. And I think Jack Campbell could be a stud in this league. So now, do you say, well, let's go out there and get a Josh Allen and make us super, super. Let's go get a Brian Burns and make us super. Get a Jalen Johnson to make us super, to put us over that next hump. That'd be interesting. Be very, very interesting to see, what they'd be able to do. But, the team don't have a bunch of needs, glaring needs. So that's pretty positive. And, so, but, he basically saying he drafting best available football player, not talent. The best available player that fits the culture for the Detroit Lions. So he's going best player available, BPA. You know what? BFA, best football, BFPA, best football player available. That's what I think they're going off of. BFA, BFPA, the best football player available. I think that's what they're going off of. They recognize Jahmyr Gibbs as a running back. He called him a weapon. So they going off the best football player available, BFPA, and I like it. So guy that fits their mold, that's greedy, that come to work. That's what they going off of. Character, all that stuff that fits the bill. So yeah, I like the idea of it, but do I see them going out there making a splash? It'll be easier because people see what's going on here and they want to be a part of it. I think the Raiders won't have a short I think they won't be short of players wanting to come play there for Antonio Pierce. I root for Antonio Pierce. I got a bunch of Raiders gear. I just like the gear. I like the color black. Real men wear black. And I don't have a problem with the franchise neither. You know what I'm saying? You know, Charles Woodson is my favorite college football player of all time. One of my favorite football players in general. He's definitely my favorite football player of all time. I grew up when he had his Heisman run. I seen it. It's Charles Woodson and then Ricky Williams. My two favorite college football players, bar none. And I was, you know, I grew up watching them make their Heisman runs right in front of my face. Those two of my favorite Heisman runs. Cam Newton was another one. His Heisman run was great. It's immaculate. But Charles Woodson will forever be my favorite college football player. I don't see that changing. But yeah, I like this strategy thinking. You know, I love the way they think strategy wise, and as far as how they're gonna attack the draft, they have a strategy. They have rules, and you know, obviously rules are meant to be broken. You know, you got exceptions for the rule. So we'll see kind of where they go with it at, but you know, he says that it's more exciting for them to be picking 29 in the draft. He says more of a challenge. He said picking in the top 10 is fairly easy. He said some of their best picks happened when he was with the Rams was day 2. You know, we had to find a Cooper Kupp, and they did a great job finding a Nakua to the head. I mean, he did a great job felling St. Brown, Malafanu. I mean, Kirby Joseph. These are guys that's contributing. I feel like Kirby Joseph probably would have been an all-pro safety this year if Gardner Johnson didn't get hurt. Because when he came in, you know what I'm saying, he was forced to play that Gardner Johnson role. He had to guard a lot of tight ends and a lot of guys one-on-one. He's not really built for that. He's one of them dudes that's a better roamer. He's a box safety, and he's a cover safety in zone. So you single high, 2-man, cover 4. He's one of them dudes that can roam and make picks and make plays just in zone coverage and tackling the box. So Gardner Johnson is the guy, Melifano. These are the guys you want to cover in the slot and cover the tight ends and cover the backs. That's what you want from those guys. You know, Kirby Joseph is a roamer and a box guy. He likes to roam and make plays. So I think they got a tremendous amount of talent already. And we'll continue to see how that continues to manifest. But let me know what you girls and guys think. Check out Detroit Lions Talk playlist. Thumbs up the video. Share the video. Subscribe to the channel. The subscribe button is the bell icon button. Hit all notifications. Increase your chance to get notifications. We go live or drop video. Hit the link tree. Find me on X, Spotify, Anchor, Cash App, Venmo, PayPal. Appreciate y'all. Let me know what you girls and guys think in the comment section. Peace.